Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disneyland to find characters and show you where you can meet them. Stick around to the very end of the video for some awesome interactions from this guy right here. Around the park, there are a couple of scheduled character interactions like Pixie Hollow, which is straight in front of us, which is where you'll be able to meet Tinkerbell, and these locations are pre-arranged. A lot of character interactions here at Disneyland are just spontaneous though. You can check the Disneyland app specifically if you'd like to learn more about what times these characters will be available in more of these planned locations. Just go to the map, change it from attractions to characters, scroll around, find the little bubbles, click on them. They'll tell you what character, where they are, and what time they're meeting. So even though Pixie Hollow says that Tinkerbell won't be out here until 10 a.m., I saw this line over here, and sure enough, it's 9:10 a.m., and she is out already. Of course, we can't pass up the hidden Mickey on the ferry sign here. Look at that.
Okay.
Hello, hello, we're coming to meet Tinkerbell. I'm here with Tinkerbell right now. We're at Pixie Hollow. This is so exciting.
Hi everyone, my name's Tinkerbell and I'm here at Pixie Hollow with Disneyland, and I hope you fly by soon. This is the only place in the entire park where you get to shrink down to the size of a fairy, and trust me, nothing's better than being fairy sized.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
One of the things that I love about meeting Tinkerbell is that you can interact with her a lot more than you can some of the other characters. Like you can ask her questions, things you've always wanted to know, things about Neverland or about Peter Pan. We're not going to have the time to do interactions like that all day today, but there are still so many impromptu interactions throughout the park. We're going to see if we can run into a couple more of those impromptu interactions today. Look, lo and behold, one of those impromptu character experiences just appears out of nowhere right outside Pixie Hollow. It's Captain Hook. If there's no line, that's okay. Just walk straight up to the character. You perfectly can do that. They usually have an escort with them to let you know whether or not the character is meeting people, but as you see, guests are just walking up and getting photos. They don't have to wait in a 10 to 20 minute line to get that photo, which is great. And this road right here between Alice in Wonderland and the Matterhorn is actually a really great place to run into characters. In fact, I'm not planning this, folks. I'm just walking around. Look, it's Moana. Hello, Moana. And she's walking with a guest. That's so exciting. If you saw my video about why Disneyland is better than Disney World, that is one of the reasons right back there. The characters will just walk with guests and interact with them and have so much fun. I love it. I don't see it going on right now, but here at the Mad Tea Party, I often see Alice and the Mad Hatter riding the teacups with guests, which is awesome. If you head over that direction into Fantasyland proper, that's where you're gonna find a lot of impromptu character meet and greets. In fact, I just saw the Pearl Band leaving, and usually accompanying the Pearl Band is Mary Poppins, but we're actually gonna spin up this way because we wanna head up to Toontown right now. Earlier on, I said that a lot of the planned interactions that have specific spots don't start until around 10 a.m., or at least I think I said that. But Toontown is one of the exceptions. Those characters start at 8 a.m. right when the park opens. As I mentioned, this road is really, really popular for running into characters. I see Genie. There's Genie. He's often up here. Right over there is an Ariel meet and greet. There's like an Ariel display set up for meeting Ariel. I've also often seen Geppetto meeting guests right around here. So that's another character that you can be looking for. So the key to meeting characters really just comes down to knowing where they hang out and then making sure you frequently walk through those areas. Sometimes, especially like with Genie and Geppetto and Captain Hook, you're not going to find them on the Disneyland app telling you when because they're just walking around. But if you frequent those areas, you're bound to run into some. Now we've entered into Mickey's Toontown. And there are 2 planned interactions around here. The rest of them are more impromptu. Over here at Cafe Daisy, I have seen Daisy out and about meeting guests. So if you want to look for Daisy around her restaurant is a good place to check. Over here at Goofy's How to Play Yard, you guessed it, this is going to be a spot where you can meet Goofy. Currently, he is not out. Straight ahead, that pink house is Minnie's house. It says there's a 20-minute wait to meet Minnie, and that one is a guaranteed spot where you can meet Minnie. However, it's not always open, so check the Disneyland app to make sure that you can go in there and see Minnie before you venture all the way up here. And right next door is Mickey's house where you can meet Mickey. So this is a 15-minute wait to meet Mickey right now, which honestly is not too bad. I see Minnie back there. So once you are done going through Minnie's house, looks like the meet and greet is outside. So there's Minnie. There is one character at Mickey's Toontown that is newer and he's very elusive, and it's Pete. Currently not going on right now. None of the characters are out, just meandering here at about 9:40 in the morning. So it looks like we've struck out here in Toontown. Wait in line for Mickey right there, and you're at least guaranteed to see him. But it does have a line. Now we're gonna venture back down into Fantasyland proper, and we're gonna see if we can find some more impromptu interactions. Now, Fantasyland is your best bet for meeting the most characters here at Disneyland. Fantasyland, more than any other land, has the most types of characters and is more likely just to have characters walking around. Just as with Mad Tea Party over here at King Arthur Carousel, you'll be able to find Mary Poppins riding the carousel with guests on occasion, not all the time, but on occasion. And then, of course, you'll be able to meet and greet them when they get off the attraction or before they get on. I've also run into Peter Pan and Wendy, Snow White, the Evil Queen, Snow White's Evil Queen, and I've seen Pinocchio do meet and greets around here as well. Nobody currently back here, but not to worry, we'll pass through this area several times. We're gonna pass out of the castle through this exit, and it's gonna take us to the Fantasy Fair. With the castle to my left, we are going to pan to the right and walk in this direction. Now, immediately off to the left is the Royal Theater here in the Fantasy Fair area. And the Royal Theater is home to two different shows. Now, these characters aren't really characters for you to meet and greet, but you can see them very predictably here. The show times for Tangled are at 10:45 a.m., 12 p.m., and 1:15 p.m. At least today. I feel like these are mostly pretty consistent. And then for Beauty and the Beast, 3 p.m., 4:15 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. And this is an excellent little theater with amazing shows. I have watched the Tangled one 2 or 3 times. I have not caught the Beauty and the Beast one, but the kids will sit down there up front. You see those little mats that they put out for them, and then the adults can sit here in the back, and it is an amazing show. Right across from the Fantasy Fair Royal Theater is the Royal Hall, where you can greet princesses. Now, if I remember right, they won't ever tell you what princess you are meeting, but I think they guarantee that you'll be able to see at least 2 of them, because sometimes this has like an hour-long wait. This thing gets quite a bit of a wait. Right here at the space in front of the castle, throughout the day they'll have a couple of performances here. I've seen the Disneyland band here, which isn't character related, but they'll also have the Pearly Band come out here with Mary Poppins and Dick Van Dyke, and they'll start singing some Mary Poppins related songs, and Mary Poppins and Dick will dance around, and it's a nice little show, little performance. Again, what time these things happen, I can't tell you. I just know that they do happen here, so you can keep an eye out for events going on right here at the entrance to the castle. Another possible character interaction happens over here at the refreshment corner. The last time I saw it happen, I paid attention to the time. It was about 1:45. I don't know if that happens every day, 1:45, but either Alice or the Mad Hatter will come over here. There'll be a pianist up there at the ragtime piano, and they'll play musical chairs here with the kids. So really, really fun opportunity for the kids to have some fun and see characters at the same time, and that takes place here at the refreshment corner. And here we are a half an hour later, and Captain Hook is still hanging here outside of Pixie Hollow. Now, another character that I've seen hanging out in this area is the Mad Hatter. Yes, the Mad Hatter seems to be a lot of places. And the Mad Hatter is one of the characters you are more likely to see while you're here at Disneyland. And this is just another spot that you can try to look for him in. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to book your own Disneyland vacation, call my friends at Getaway today and tell them that SoCal Disney Dad sent you, and they'll give you $10 off their already discounted rates. You can also click the link down in the description. If right there is the Mark Twain riverboat, we spin this way in front of this sign or this wall over here, and you can meet Mirabelle right here. Now, the first time today is at 11:15 a.m. It's currently 10 a.m. Mirabelle can be found right here. It's also Big Thunder Mountain Railroad on the other side of these trees. The next character interaction takes place right here at Big Thunder Falls. And right here is where you're going to be able to meet Jessie and Woody at 1 p.m. Now, to be quite honest with you, I have never actually witnessed this character interaction take place. But it is listed in the Disneyland app, so it must be here. Now, the next place that I want to go is Galaxy's Edge, because while Frontierland has 2 planned character interactions in it, Galaxy's Edge is the next busiest place outside of Fantasyland for the impromptu character meet and greets, and hopefully we run into some. Now, most of the characters that are here in Galaxy's Edge really roam anywhere. But I've seen R2-D2 right here, Kylo Ren, the Stormtroopers, Mando, Boba Fett. I've seen them all walking through this little entrance area, which is from the Frontierland entrance. To my knowledge, there are only 2 places where you'll meet Rey and Chewbacca, and one of them is right over here. Now, this is right next to the entrance we literally just walked through, but this wall right here, you'll often be able to see Chewbacca up there, and maybe Rey sometimes down here, maybe Rey up there as well, but this is a spot where you can see some characters here at Galaxy's Edge. The most likely and most consistent characters that you'll probably see at Disneyland in Galaxy's Edge are actually these Stormtroopers. They're usually patrolling around and, meeting and talking to guests with and they're just leaving. Aw, too bad. The second spot to meet Rey and Chewbacca is right here outside of the Millennium Falcon, so that guests can get photos with them and the Falcon at the same time. Right up here outside of Docking Bay 7 is another area where I have seen R2-D2 interact with guests, and by interact I mean he just rolls around and beeps. There's one! Boba Fett! It's Boba Fett! And Boba Fett is just strolling along here because he is one of the more stoic characters. He doesn't do a whole lot of interacting with the guests, more just walking around, doing a wave to grant permission for photos, but then, just continuing on with his walk.
I am a great admirer of you.
All right. We've left Star Wars behind and are entering Critter Country for another predictable character meet and greet location down this way behind Splash Mountain. Here's the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and before we get to the predictable meet and greet, we found another impromptu one with Tigger. T-I-double-G-R. But down this way at the very, very exit of Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is a classic spot for meeting characters. Right now, Winnie the Pooh is out, but you can also meet Eeyore here, and at Christmas time, they have Santa Claus meeting and greeting guests right in this location. So this is actually the only spot in Disneyland where you'll be able to see Santa Claus, is right down back here at Pooh Corner. Now, this next one can happen in a number of locations. It can happen down here on this road, or it can happen up here on this road, or it can happen over there on the far lane. This whole wide swath here in front of Pirates of the Caribbean is a place where you can see a couple of things. Firstly, you'll run into a band playing sea shanties, which, well, not a band, it's more like a mini impromptu orchestra, if you will. Playing sea shanties, they're pirates that are playing, and oh, it's fantastic, especially the one with the accordion. I love that whole, anytime I see them, I stop and listen because I love it so much. But the other one is you'll find Red, from Pirates of the Caribbean. She's at the auction. Yeah, Red will be walking around here, and amazing interactions with Red, especially if you love pirates. Also, Jack Sparrow, you'll find Captain Jack Sparrow around here, but there's actually a better location than I usually see him. Now, because Captain Jack is so popular, he is often standing on the steps to 21 Royal. either this side or on the opposite side, and he'll be greeting guests from up on top of the steps. Those brown doors over there, that's where Jack usually comes out of. So anywhere in this path between then, a lot of times you'll find him. In fact, I have run into Jack Sparrow 2 or 3 times just waiting in line for Bengal barbecue, which is the thatched hut, the grass hut over here, right next to those brown doors. One of my favorite food locations at Disneyland for some tasty meat, and Jack comes out of those doors. We're gonna pass through Fantasyland one more time, looking for some more impromptu interactions. I told you that we would. The most likely place to run into characters is actually back this way and to the left in front of the Red Rose Tavern, and I'll show you why in a minute. And right here, this is where I usually see them, be it Mary Poppins and Dick Van Dyke, the Pearly Band, some princesses like Moana or Pinocchio. Really, all of them, regardless of where they go in Fantasyland, they all have to use this same street. So this is like the highest concentration of character possible sightings right here. And the reason for that is that the characters come from these doors to my right and left. In fact, there's Woody! Woody! He just appeared! Just appeared from that door. Oh, there he goes! We're gonna follow Woody down to his meet and greet spot that we mentioned earlier. I told you I'd never seen it.
We don't want that happening. None of that happening. You gotta get a little taller, Woody.
There he goes. This looks like his spot in the shade. And this is about where we were down there earlier, because that's around where the star was, but looks like he's stopped down here. So outside of the road that leads up to It's a Small World, this is like your second best bet of possibilities of seeing characters walking around in Fantasyland. Here's Cinderella!
Have a royal ball today.
See what I mean? Right here. Do I spy the Pearly Band on the carousel? Does that mean? Yep, Mary Poppins right behind. Mary Poppins always rides on her favorite horse, Jingles. And there she is. Hi, Mary. She's riding with some guests. How fun is that? Now, they don't actually play music on the attraction when Mary rides because the Pearly Band plays the music for you. And here they come. It is 10:40 a.m. at this point. It looks like Genie is still hanging out here. This is an hour later, so that's a pretty long time for Genie to be hanging around here. Gives you lots of opportunities to run into some characters outside of It's a Small World. I see the Mad Hatter down there at the end where I told you I often see him, so we're gonna hopefully, oh, and Alice! Alice is with him. Let's see if we can catch him. Oh, there he goes. So some other characters that I've seen right here. I have seen Gaston right here. And I've seen Aladdin as well. Both Gaston and Aladdin have appeared in this little stretch from the Matterhorn down to the hub. In addition to, there's Alice.
Alice, I have something very important to tell you. Very important. I forgot.
It's like, where are they going? It's like they're probably going, that's probably where they come in and out of back there. That would be my guess as to where they're headed since they left Fantasyland. We have a couple more character spots to mention to you, and here's one of them coming this way. Hello, darling. Ah, Cruella, Cruella de Vil. Now there's a number of interaction spots that can happen down here at the front of Main Street, and we'll point them out to you when we get down here. And it's quite possible that one of those interactions is going on right this minute, because there's quite a line queued up over this way. Oh, there he is! It's Mickey! Mickey just came out of the door. Hi, Mickey! I think Mickey's going over this way. Mickey will meet and greet over here. There's a lot of people lined up for Mickey. And then I think it's possible that Minnie, there she is! She came out next. Minnie is gonna meet guests over here off to the left. Other characters that you might see are, oh no, actually Minnie's coming this way too. Hi, Minnie. So other possible character interactions right around here include other Fab Five characters like Goofy and Donald. But if we spin back around this way, The 5th member of the Fab Five is doing meet and greets over here. And that's Pluto, everybody's favorite dog, Pluto. So the Fab Five here at the beginning of Main Street is a popular place to see them outside of Toontown. Again, right here, there's great moments with Mr. Lincoln. And we have the Main Street Disneyland Railroad Station behind me. I've also seen Cruella up on these steps. I've seen the Fab Five up on these steps, meeting and greeting guests. Oh, here comes Cruella. She's coming back down on the little Main Street car.
Hello, puppy doggy. Still waiting for those swaps.
I love it. If you come down here and wait for parades and you sit along this curb right here while you're waiting for parades, another possible interaction that you'll get down here is with Chip and Dale. Chip and Dale love to walk back and forth up and down here and greet guests who are waiting for the parade. I've never experienced that waiting down in the hub for the parade, but anytime that I have sat down here for parades, I've run into Chip and Dale and it's been phenomenal. Oh, there he is, there's Goofy. Goofy came out. Where's Goofy going? He's leading the guests by hand to his meet and greet spot, which looks like it's going to be right here in front of the flagpole. So we have 4 members of the Fab Five out. Well, we're just missing Donald. Well, that's it for our time here today at Disneyland, going through the entire park multiple times to find characters for you, let you know where you can meet them. If you want a DCA video, let me know down in the comments if you'd appreciate that. Then hit the like and subscribe button and click this video to keep watching, and we will see you again next time.